and apparently some kind of medical emergency. They won't say what it is. Kind of strange though, because one person is quoted as saying, uh, one person is quoted as saying, let me see what this is, that he's in bad shape. Someone else says he's already out of the hospital. He got released a long time ago. So I don't know which one. I'm going with the latter. I'm going with the he's already been released and he's okay. That's what I want to believe. But we'll see. He was in Atlanta last night doing a concert, and that's kind of like where that is right now. So there you go. What else is happening here? Third anniversary of the Boston bomber, the marathon bomber. Remember that? That is the third anniversary of that today. Who's going to see Barbershop 3 this weekend? Anybody? Anybody going to see Barbershop 3? I'm this is like killing me right here. So and the Jungle Book is out today, the new version of the Jungle Book, which I kind of think is more interesting than Barbershop, but that's just me. Barbershop, it's a movie set in a barbershop. Nicki Minaj got on some tight pants and tight top, and something goes on in the community. Typical. It's the same thing. It's yeah. I just want to see Jungle Book for the effects, because I think they're bringing it from cartoon to kind of a combination of some kind of animation and real, and the real deal is that's kind of impressive to me. That's kind of interesting. So kind of want to see that. So, and Chris Rock is 51. This is why I see guys shave off their mustache when they want to look younger. So I was wondering why he shaved his mustache off all of a sudden, right? So now he's clean shaven and he's 51, and he's got this girlfriend who's 32 now, and she's beautiful. Of course, I thought his wife Malak was beautiful too, but reportedly getting serious because now she's sleeping over now at his crib. That's getting serious. When I was coming up, getting serious was when you met their family. When you met the family, that's when things got serious. So let me see. What is this? Come on, man. So anyway, that's how that was. Getting serious was meeting the family. But over the years, it's turned into different things. Getting serious means you get to drive my car. That means we're serious. You get a key to my apartment. That's really serious, right? The nipple came out of the bra. That's kind of a serious thing, right? See, now getting serious means you get the password to my phone. What is it now? Getting serious now, because it's a whole new generation and they do things different. So what is that about? I don't know. I mean, what was getting serious to you back in the day, or even now? What's getting serious to you? If someone says "I love you," those 3 words, that's kind of serious. There's nothing worse in life, though, than telling someone that you're crazy about "I love you" and they don't say anything back. They like "thank you," or it's like, isn't that the worst feeling? Has that ever happened to you? That's like the worst feeling in the world, when someone says, "Yo, I love you," and it's like, yeah, appreciate that. What the hell is that? What is that about, man? But it happens. It happens all the time, man. So I'm just saying. Had an interesting conversation on the air today, because I was talking to a friend of mine who says that she been with this guy like 4 years, and they just recently had a baby. They live together, and they've been talking a little bit about getting married and all that. So she asked him, how much money's do you have in the savings account? And he wouldn't tell her. It's like, but we're getting married. What's the big deal? He wouldn't tell her. And she wanted to know, so she says, well, then we're not ready to get married. You can't tell me that. And she wanted to know, was she wrong? I say, no, she wasn't wrong. These are things that you have to, at this point, when you get thinking about marrying somebody, you almost got to run like a credit check these days, because, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What you hiding, man? This is the woman you're talking about spending the rest of your life with. Someone who you had a baby with. In theory, this is supposed to be the one. So what's the big deal about the bank account? I don't know. I told her I didn't think she was wrong, but I asked my listeners, and a lot of the listeners says, well, they're about 50-50. One of them said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And she goes, because men always ask that. I says, no, you don't know that all men ask that. She said, most men. I said, you don't know most men. How can you say that? You don't know? She was like, and she got locked up and stuff. So, but see, that's what we're guilty of. Is like we want to put everybody in that box. That box is so convenient. That box is so easy to put people in because it makes it convenient. And we're lazy. We don't want to do the work and try and find out more about people. We don't want to do that. So that's what we do. We just say, yeah, all men, all women, all men. Okay, all men want to know how much money we have. All men cheat. All women are just thirsty. All women use sex to get what they want. That's not true. None of that is true. But we like to say all women because it's kind of like it sums it up. It puts it all in a nice little package. So there's nothing leaking here. Everything's in this box. This box is solid, man. So like, nah, but that's not true. And I told the woman, I says, all the men in your circle ask you how much money you make. But, and I'll admit, in the past, before I was with my wife, women I go out with, they would say, how much money do you make? And that, to me, that was like, I actually told one woman, because she was like really snobby about it, how much money do you make? I was like, excuse me? She goes, how much money do you make? What is it? Do you have a problem talking about that? I said, you do know this is our last date, right? This is it. This is it. So order dessert, because this is it, man. I said, you don't ask people how much money they make. You don't ask people that. So some people will say, well, then you don't ask them how much is in your savings account. But they've been living together 4 years. They are essentially husband and wife without having gotten married. So to me, it's like, okay, but what? I don't know. To me, it's like, okay. But I don't think anything's wrong with it. But, of course, I have 3 daughters. So that's kind of like where that is right there. So AMC movie theater said there'll be no more texting in our movie theaters. We talked about this yesterday. If you text, I guess you got to go. You'll be asked to step out or something like that. And, of course, somebody's going to say, I wish they would tell me I got to leave. Read your ticket. Because they're going to put it on the ticket. They're going to make it a policy. You're going to see it on the tape to the wall. So if you don't read it, you don't ignore it. If you ignore it and all that, they put your ass out. Don't be mad because they've already warned you. They're going to give you a grace period probably. Then they're going to start taking you out. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't cause a scene. Don't show your ass, as they used to say, because that'd be whack. People are quick to want to like just snap on somebody. It's like that's not impressive. Impressive is keeping your cool and trying to figure out how we can fix this. That's impressive. But to go off on somebody, that's easy. That's lazy. I wish somebody would shut up. Just shut. Don't you feel like telling people that sometimes? I wish someone would say that. Just shut up. Just shut. I mean, it's like if you're at a restaurant or standing in line and someone's talking to somebody like on a cell phone or something, and they're like, yeah, well, he wouldn't have talked to me like that. I wouldn't put up with that. Shut up. Yes, you would. Yes. Don't you feel like saying that sometimes? Yes, you would. And based on what you look like, you should put up with it. Don't you feel like saying that to people? It's like, come on, man. Come on. You just want to like just tell people no. It's like some people will like post on social media, a real man, this, that, and the other. Well, shut up, because you don't know nothing about a real man. You think you know a real man. First of all, every man's a real man. Okay? There are levels to this, son. But the first thing you need to know is every man is a real man. You want to question a man's integrity, then do that. But every man's a real man. He's got a block and tackle on him. There's levels to being a man. Yeah, you can be a man and you can be a dog. Or you can be a man and you can be worthy of a woman's affections and her dedication to you. It's just a choice that a real man makes. Real men make real choices. Every man makes choices. So it's not about that. Come on, man, you guys. But people post on social media, and don't judge me, but I get emails, Black Planet. I signed up for that when it first came on, and I just never did anything to my account. But I get these emails, the people who post things and stuff like that, and it's like, somebody had a good one of those. They said, if a man tells you you're ugly, he's like a hater. If a woman tells you you're ugly, she's envious. And if a kid tells you you're ugly, you're ugly. was like, damn, what's that about? But yeah, so anyway, that's people. I'm looking at the highlights from the Hillary Bernie debate. You know, debates are so much now a turnoff that they actually mean nothing. Debates and endorsements to me mean absolutely nothing. Okay? Because you're going to do a debate, you're going to stand in front of everybody and you're going to tell them what they want to hear. Right? And your opponent is going to challenge you on what you tell people they want to hear, and you're going to do the same thing to them. So that makes the whole thing null and void. You're not telling me your truth. You're not being honest with me. You're telling me what you think I want to hear, right? And an endorsement, what the hell does that mean? The New York Times is endorsing so and so. So what? So who gives a damn? Do people vote based on what someone's endorsement? You know, an endorsement. I mean, does that? Do you see what I'm saying? That makes no sense at all. I've never quite got that, but it comes out. But see, we put up with it. We watch it. I don't even watch the debates because, like I said, they don't do anything for me. If I want to find out, if I'm leaning toward one candidate or another, I'm going to go and find out what I can about them. That's me. That's what that's what people should do. But we're lazy, so we're going to let the media, we're going to let them spin what they spin, and then we're going to take it as the gospel truth. You know, these Trumpers. These Donald Trump followers actually believe that Donald Trump is going to become president and he's going to get this wall built and he's going to round up everybody who don't look like him and he's going to ship them out of the country and all this stuff like that. And he just can't do that. You know, this isn't a dictatorship. This is a democracy. There are checks and balances. We've got Congress. We've got all kinds of things. We've got courts. You know, congratulations. You're walking in June with an MBA. Nice job. Very good. But we let the media shape our opinion when we should shape how the media does their job. So that's just me. But all right, I gotta go. Congratulations on that. That is awesome. Glad to hear that. Very awesome. All right, have a great weekend.